Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Rewards in Ultimate Team have always been something that we get. It's not really something we get a choice on. You finish with 10 wins in Foot Champs, you get those 10 win rewards. You finish your Division 2 Rivals games with 24 points, you get those specific rewards that are laid out for you in game. What we learned about the new token reward structure that is coming to this game for the World Cup is we do get a choice. We get to decide each week what rewards we want, which seems good, but it's also going to feel a lot different, knowing that EA is completely removing player picks and packs like we are normally used to seeing inside of these rewards. We're stuck in between wanting to be excited for this whole token system and also not completely understanding it because it's not out yet. But we had some questions answered yesterday and some EA communication about how this token system is going to look, and it is going to completely change how rewards work on this game. But we're also going to discuss the end of Team of the Season as we say goodbye to TOTS today, and maybe the worst Ultimate TOTS that we've had in a while, and we say hello to the Prime Heroes promo, which the most exciting content for today's release of this promo might be the new Max 91 Striker Evo that we're expected to get. We're going to talk about all things related to content today, what's upcoming in the future with this token program, and we'll look at the market and how to make some coins, of course, on a promo Friday. If you guys are excited for this one, drop a thumbs up with the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now let's discuss yesterday's Thursday content really quick and get that out of the way. If you're still trying to finish the season pass and you've got SP yet to earn, make sure you check the seasonal tab here in objectives because the weekly objectives refreshed and all of those manager live, player, and club objectives refreshed as well. And there is a lot of SP that you can still get before this season ends 1 week from now. Also, yesterday we had some new Evos released, not actual Evos that boost stats, but we had some cosmetic evolutions that were dropped, one of which is a Team of the Season card design in the Ultimate End Evo that gives you 2 chances to boost chemistry on any player. Because this TOTS card design does give boosted league chemistry, I wouldn't say that it looks the most appealing compared to most designs, but it does give you that boosted chemistry and it is free. So maybe check your club and figure out who fits this best for you and put that design on a couple cards. Now, going to SBCs to round out yesterday's content in game, we had another End of an Era, and this one is actually one that a lot of people like. It's Kieran Trippier's right back, End of an Era card, leaving Newcastle, a former Spurs player himself as well. He's got the quick step, the intercept, and the incisive playstyle plus. 3-star, 4-star is not the greatest, but it's the price and the stats with the playstyles that make this a really intriguing card. 99 curve, free kick accuracy, and crossing. And guys, this is super cheap. Just an 83 rated and an 88 rated squad coming in at about 43,000 coins. So yet again, another pretty cheap, maybe fun to do if you're interested in that. SBC there could just go into a gauntlet side, 92 rated, so could fit Evos potentially in this next season pass, as that was leaked, right? Max 92 Evos in this new season pass that's coming next week as well. So if that's an emotional player for you, 95 passing, 93 defending, that's a nice card. Make sure you get that one done. Also, yesterday we had marquee matchups and new requirements for the 87 to 90 upgrade. This one originally required 5 85 or above rated cards, and now it's an 83 rated squad, which in my opinion is easier to get done and more enticing than turning in all of those 85. So that is very nice to have that out as well. Now, that was all of yesterday's content, but we would be remiss if we didn't mention the new title update that was dropped yesterday as well. Gameplay changed a little bit yesterday. If you guys wanted to know my thoughts on this patch really quickly, a lot of people were asking yesterday in the stream. I felt like I noticed the intercept stat change more than anything else. 96 interceptions on Pedri. He does not have the intercept playstyle, but he was catching more passes in the midfield than it seemed like he was previous to this patch without having the playstyle, of course, with that stat being boosted in game, or that animation using the interception stat boosted in game. I feel like I noticed that. Maybe Bruiser is just a little bit weaker, but if you still have a high strength on the card and Bruiser or Bruiser Plus, it still works very good. So overall, didn't feel like there was a huge change to gameplay there, even though that update did drop yesterday, and we did have some of our first World Cup cards added to this game. Neymar is searchable on the market. Doesn't have an image there, but you can see he is 83 rated, and it was leaked yesterday that his card is going to have First Touch Plus. He's going to have Incisive, Tech, and Trickster base playstyles, and those are his stats right there. That is the official Neymar card that has been added to the game. If you want to search up players that are not licensed by their league, but could be coming in with this World Cup addition of 100 or so players to the game, go to the transfer market or go to the club and search things up, because like Ochoa is in the game now. You've got Thiago Silva. You've got Zendejas called up for the U.S. men's national team for the World Cup. He is in the game now as well. Their cards are not on the market, but they are searchable here in the game. Their cards should be in packs and on the market at some point in the next couple of weeks with the World Cup content starting. But what really surprised us all yesterday was the news about how this new token system works. Of course, we talked about the token system in yesterday's video a little bit, but with some of the questions that were brought up surrounding this yesterday, we learned a whole new bit of insight on it. And instead of me trying to explain what we learned yesterday, I'm going to let you hear it from the source yesterday from the EA live stream. Check this out.
Well, tokens are going to be a new currency for engaging with modes, objectives, and things like that. And so the way to think about this is we're going to be replacing a lot of the direct rewards that we give out in Ultimate Team. By direct reward, essentially what I mean is, imagine you're a Rivals player, you've got your weekly Div 3 rewards, you'll have coins, but you'll also have some packs, some player picks, maybe a campaign guarantee, something like that. Tokens will replace those packs and the player picks and the campaign guarantees and stuff like that. Coins will stay there.
Okay, pause the video right there, because that is the comment that got me thinking, and not in a good way. I didn't like thinking about player picks, packs, and even guaranteed player picks from these rewards that we always get being taken away and replaced with something as simple as tokens. Like, just imagine every single week of Rivals and Foot Champs, you know the rewards that you're going for because you can see them placed before you here in game. You know that if you get 24 points in Division 2, you're getting these rewards. If you get 10 wins in Foot Champs, you're getting those specific rewards. But those are going away, and what's replacing it is just tokens. That doesn't quite feel right. And that's what led me to tweet about this feeling yesterday. A lot of you guys were talking about it in the stream as well as we were reacting to this live, and you felt the same way. Now, right after we tweeted this, we had a response from Ash, who is the product manager in that video that we were just listening to on Twitter. He said, all of those rewards, meaning the packs and player picks, will be in the token store, better versions of them too. And that's where we really realized, and the light bulb clicked, that this token store is a lot like icon swaps. So instead of EA giving us certain packs and player picks every single week in rewards that we don't get to choose from, they're giving us tokens that we then get to go to this token store and redeem those tokens for the rewards that we want. Now that sounds pretty interesting when you think of it in that way, because let's say you need fodder, you want those packs and player picks. There's going to be these store pack bundles where you get packs and player picks inside of those. You turn in your tokens, you're going to get a whole bunch of fodder. Probably there's tradable ones and there's untradeable ones. Here's an example of one that FIFA Trading Romania tweeted yesterday. He said there's going to be more of them that he will tweet today. An 85-20, 290 plus picks, 488 and 486 plus picks are a part of that. Well, let's say you want to go for like the top tier level, like in icon swaps. This last time we had that R9 for 19 tokens of the 20 tokens that you could get. Well, that 93 times 10 Path to Glory guarantee pack is probably going to be one of the more expensive token rewards. You could save up for that. Or again, you could maybe do a whole bunch of other mixtures of rewards. You could take maybe a lower tier guaranteed Path to Glory pack that's 93 plus, but it's just one player, and still get a bundle like this with the amount of tokens, which is 1,000, that we are able to get each week, and the highest level of token reward in the store, 2,500. There's going to be this whole new interesting caveat to rewards where you actually get to choose your rewards. Are you feeling like you want the big time gamble, or are you feeling like you just want to get some fodder in the club? That's the decisions that we're going to be able to make with this reward token structure now, which at first when you hear about player picks and packs going away, you're like, wait, what is EA doing? This sounds terrible. But then when you think about it, you're like, hold on a second. I can play Rivals or squad battles, do SBCs and objectives, whatever it takes to get your 1,000 tokens. And then I can play champs and have the champs tokens. And then I get to choose the rewards that I want myself. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Again, it's a whole new system that we have to wrap our minds around that only kind of makes sense right now. And it will be weird at first, but as long as it feels rewarding for the time that we spend to grind this game, and that seems to be the whole point of this token mode like we talked about yesterday. There's so much FOMO. You got all these live events, rivals, squad battles, champs that you feel like you have to play to get rewards. Well, you're just gonna have to play some of it now to unlock those rewards and not all of it. As long as it feels rewarding and the fact that we have choices now with our rewards, I think this could be a big W change, but I think it's a bigger change than what we first realized. So that is really what I wanted to convey to you guys yesterday, because it was kind of a whole crazy situation hearing that comment. That's a new angle on this token system that we hadn't heard. Maybe feeling like, oh my goodness, rewards are going to be terrible, but then realizing, wait a second, they might not be, because we do have some pretty crazy packs in here. There's going to be some more bundles leaked that we'll know we get to choose from. So we're just going to kind of have to wait and see what that token store looks like and how we get these tokens. And then we'll really be able to tell how this is going to go. Now, as a byproduct of this new setup with rewards, I already am seeing some market impact. You guys know that's where my mind goes right away. Instead of us getting all these tradable packs every single weekend for FUT Champs rewards that we've been getting for the whole entirety of this year, we're going to be changing to something where there's an option. Some people aren't going to take the tradable packs. They're going to take the higher rated untradeable guarantee packs, or they might take, those player picks and those super crazy 93x10 Path to Glory packs that they have to save up tokens for a week or two to even get. That is going to mean overall there will be less tradable supply for these fodder cards on the market, which actually is a good thing, because if you think about this, and we haven't talked about it in a minute, but it's been a huge problem over the past couple of months, SBC fodder has been ridiculously cheap for the past couple of months, and that has made SBCs themselves a struggle. 89s earlier on this year were still 10,000 coins plus, like 14 to 18K in January, and only in the past couple of months have they dropped down to be this super cheap 3 to 5,000 coin price, which is ridiculous for 89 rateds. This makes SBCs like Salah so much harder to price because EA has to release so many squads and it feels almost impossible to get them done. We need fodder to be more expensive, and I think if they're not giving out FUT Champs rewards every week that have all these tradable 85/10s and 86x10s that everybody who's playing FUT Champs is getting, fodder is going to become more rare. It's going to get packed less from those tradable packs, and I do think it could go up. So I think fodder could be an investment. This may be a bit of a long-term play, and this is something that we really don't know 100% on yet because this is a whole new token system. Maybe EA is going to compensate with more tradable packs and SBCs, or maybe they're going to allow us to get more fodder in objectives, because again, if we're not getting all that fodder guaranteed from those token rewards, because we get a choice now, I mean, EA is still going to have to drop fodder some way so that we can get packs. I'm sure there's going to be fodder still in SBCs and objectives and stuff like that. Hopefully there's a good menu grind, but I still see less tradable fodder hitting the market because there is a choice. Not everybody's going to take the tradable packs. That's a choice, right? And I think it's going to make fodder go up. So I think maybe this weekend, in the last weekend of the normal rewards that are going away, it could be a decent idea to stock up on some 89s and 90s in your club. I also think team of the season cards, as we talked about investing in the past couple of weeks at about 15,000 coins, I think these are going to continue to rise. Right now, the cheapest TOTS card is about 17,000 coins on the market, and Ultimate Team of the Season with all of our tradable TOTS supply is going away today. And that means there won't be any more tradable Team of the Season supply unless EA add an SBC, which they could do, but there's no signs of that being guaranteed right now. I think the TOTS investments, I think the fodder investments are looking promising heading out of this promo into the World Cup summer, especially with this new token reward structure that is going to be there. So let me know down in the comments how you feel about all of this. Again, it's not out yet, so I feel like we have to reserve some of our feelings and not get too caught up in this because we just don't know exactly how it's going to work. Of course, we're really curious to know all the rewards are going to be in the store. The store looks pretty massive so far with all of these player picks and packs that have been leaked and added to the code. There's these bundles like we've been mentioning as well. There's more bundles that we're going to hear about. So I'm very curious to hear you guys' thoughts and input on that. And really, I'm just curious to see how it feels when it drops. Again, it has to feel rewarding and worth it to a degree, because a lot of times right now, FUT Champs rewards do not. Now, let's move on from that conversation and look at what is happening today on a promo Friday. Again, this is a promo that we've kind of been calling a filler promo because we're just ready for all the World Cup content to start, but it is the Prime Heroes promo that is coming out today. And guys, this is a hero-only promo. And what do we know about all the icon and hero-only promos? Usually, the cards are semi-packable or more packable for sure compared to regular hero or icon cards. Now, these cards all have the Marvel-esque dynamics and a 99 stat on the card. This is the official team that we've looked at for the past couple of days. It has been leaked. Personally, I'm only going to be opening low-rated packs. I know people are going to make fun of me and will make fun of people in general who want to save packs in this stage, in this part of the year. But honestly, it's what I'm looking forward to. Path to Glory, the World Cup content, those SBCs, that content, that grind and everything there. So I am going to start saving some of my packs, but my cutoff is 84 rated. So everything is 83 rated and below, I will still open. Maybe I will end up packing one of these cards like Tim Howard, who I'd like to pack, but I'm just going to be doing that so that I have some fodder recycling in the club so that I can do some SBCs, and I'll save all my higher rated packs for the PTG promo, which will start in 1 week. But if there is an interesting card that you're after here, best of luck crafting those cards and trying to pack those cards today. These are once again official stats for those, and that 99 stat is something that we hope to see in other areas of the game today, specifically with what might be the most hype part of content today, the Max 91 Striker Evolution. Now, this was leaked a couple of days back, but we haven't got any specific details on it yet, besides the fact that Mbappe does fit, and Mbappe's price is flying. He is 390,000 coins on the market. Now, remember, this card is out of packs because his Team of the Season item is in packs. If you have him, please sell into the hype. He's only like 30,000 coins away from being max price, and he has to go like crazy in this Evo for his card to go extinct at 420k, because there's so many people that have invested in this card. Now, this is the first like real Evo that Mbappe could fit in, so sure, he might go extinct at 420k, but honestly, I think that would only happen if this Evo does give you a 99 stat. There's no leaks of that right now. Again, that's kind of my hope, as we talked about that during the week. But we do have a Max 91 Striker Evo that is coming today, and it probably will be decent because the Friday Evos are usually pretty good. This is a leak from Mohaps, who has had incorrect leaks in the past, as we found out a couple of weeks ago. So take this with a pinch of salt. But he says Mbappe would end up with finesse, low driven, and the quick step. So it sounds like this Evo, the Max 91 Striker Evo, would give finesse, the low driven, and then who knows what the third playstyle plus would be. Check your club, get ready. I've got a Pulisic here. I've got this Messi that would fit this one. Plenty of other players in my club that I would be interested in putting in this Evo. Eden Hazard as well. I could give him finesse after I've done some chain Evos on his card. So that is the big Evo that we are watching out for today. I think the specific requirements, I think the boost that it does give will probably be leaked today before content. And my number one question with this is, will it be another 100,000 coin evolution? We've talked about this on the weekends in the past couple of weeks. These 100k Evos are decent. They're good, but it's kind of like we want like something massive, all right? Remember the 500k center mid Evo? Maybe not that crazy, but like a 200k Evo. Something with stat boost a little out of the ordinary. Maybe a 99 stat. Who knows? So that's probably the biggest content that is incoming today in evolutions there. Now, also, we have an SBC player that a lot of people might be interested in. Of course, he was leaked, but now we know the official stats for the Prime Hero Quaresma card that's coming out today. His 99 stat is dribbling. He's going to have quick step, finesse, and the game changer plus playstyles. But the price for this, according to the leaks, doesn't look great. FIFA Trading Romania tweeted the Portuguese flag, kind of telling us that Quaresma is the SBC that would be expected for today. And he says that the SBC is going to be about the Salah SBC divided by 10. So Salah is 36 squads. That would mean that this Quaresma would be about I guess 12 squad. I don't exactly know. Like 3 squads, I guess, is what that would be. Like 3 to 4 squads if it's truly divided by 10. I think that's what that means. So I guess we'll see how cheap that is. That does sound like it could be pretty affordable if it's going to be cut down from 36. I mean, divide that by 10, 3.6. So that'd be like 3 to 4 squads. That could be pretty affordable. But I guess we'll just have to see what the ratings of those squads are. If it is cheap and it is fun, this could be an SBC worth trying out, even though it's 1 week before the World Cup and all that content is going to be coming out. But it's really just going to come down to the price and maybe like 5-star, and some of the other play styles that he may have on the card. Personally, I'm looking to save my fodder because there's still a lot of great end of an eras that are out. There's also some end of an eras that are still yet to come out as well. Lewandowski and Carvajal were just leaked yesterday as end of an era SBCs. They'll be coming soon. Those are not official stats for those 2 cards there, but it looks like the end of an eras don't stop with Ultimate Team of the Season. We've got 2 more to go, and those are some really big names there that a lot of people would like to see. I also think there's a pretty high chance that we get this SBC as a part of today's content. The first ever men versus women showdown for the Soccer Aid UNICEF charity match. Berbatov and Jill Scott will be squaring off for that match that is on Sunday. So either today or tomorrow, I believe that showdown would come out. So watch out for that. And then other cards related to this promo that have been leaked. We've got a Hamšík, Aymar, Barzagli, and Farah Williams Prime Hero cards that have been leaked as well to be either SBC or objective cards coming out during this promo. So Quaresma today for sure, maybe the showdown. And then also, guys, we have a lot of upgrade packs that are going away today. The beloved Tots Crafting upgrade is going to expire. The 84 plus team of the week's going to go away. I bet it refreshes, but there's got to be something that replaces some of these. Even the 84 by 10 is going to expire today as well. What different pack grind, what different upgrade grind is EA going to give us today? Is it going to be something that's good, or is it going to be something that's bad? It would be weird for them to drop a great upgrade pack grind today, the day after Ultimate Team of the Season goes out of packs, where we really wanted to have a good pack grind this last week. But you never know. It is possible. So watch out for that today. I'm going to be very curious to see what changes there with the 8410 expiring and the other pack SBCs here expiring. I'm also really curious to see if they give us a guaranteed TOTS upgrade pack. Like we've already discussed, the Team of the Season cards on the market are rising in price and look like they could keep going. If EA give us a tradable TOTS SBC in that part of the game, that could make the TOTS cards drop a little bit on the market or keep them in check. But if EA only release an untradeable TOTS upgrade SBC, kind of like how we had the 84 plus team of the week, if they drop like a 90 plus guaranteed team of the season pack that we can do a couple times per day to help us get fodder for SBCs, I don't think that is going to keep team of the season prices down, because look, team of the weeks are super cheap through this SBC, yet there's still 28,000 coins on the market. But that's just something that I'm kind of wondering if they'll drop today, because team of the seasons are going to be leaving packs. Now, as a part of today's content as well, we're hoping to see some 96 overall stat boost. Ismail Assar and Chris Richard should hopefully be getting their stat boosts up to 96, but the whole entire Crystal Palace team of players, 96 rated 5.5, probably won't be out today, because if you remember last week, the Villa players didn't drop until Saturday. So my guess would be these cards won't drop until Saturday either. That Gessen card looks pretty good. He can be lengthy, by the way, with rapid, low-driven, and incisive on the wing. Maxence Lacroix looks pretty good. Wharton with the 4 playstyle pluses looks pretty solid as well. It's a rather small team of players, only 11 cards that are going to be coming into packs. Of course, Sar and Chris Richards will get upgraded, but they won't be in packs. And again, GG's if you sold in the hype, because we're way down from where this card was peaking at just a couple of days ago. So that's really the content that we're expecting today for the Prime Heroes. There is a new live event that is set to come out as well, and is a 1st to 2 mode, which is really interesting. It says join in with at least 1 Prime Hero player item and do your best to be the first to reach 2 goals. 30 attempts left. And I don't think if it's 30 attempts that it's going to be a daily refreshing mode. A lot of times if it says 30 of 30, that's like 30 total games you have. So we'll have to wait and see what the objective rewards are for this. But 30 matches, 1st to 2, that'll go by pretty quick. That might be a really good mode to farm evolutions in, if maybe somehow that is like daily refreshing or something like that, or at least 30 games. That'll be a good evo or good mode to get some evos done in. So that's kind of all the content that we're looking out for today with the Prime Heroes promo. I want to talk about prices on the market because yesterday with Division Rivals rewards, the women's Barca cards, right before they went out of packs, dropped heavy. I'm actually losing some coins on some cards right now because I bought Aitana Bonmati for 1.3 million coins. She's back to 1.3 mil right now, but she was 1.1 mil after Rivals yesterday. But as we loaded up the stream yesterday and we were talking about these cards, I was literally sitting there on stream saying, buy this Bonmati. That is way too cheap. Buy this Mapi Leon because yesterday she was still like 290,000 coins. I bought like 5 or 6 of her card at about 280 to 285,000 coins, and she's now up to 370. These cards are doing very, very good. Claudia Pina's 2.5 mil. She was all the way down at 2 million yesterday. So there was a crazy drop with Rivals, but then a really nice rebound. And with these cards, the Villa cards, and with just Ultimate Team of the Season players in general, with this promo team that doesn't look that hype coming out today, maybe you avoid the position of strikers because of the Evo and maybe right wings because of Quaresma as well. But it looks like the market is poised to go even a little bit higher tonight after a lot of these prices have just been really flying. 1.97 for the team of the season, Cristiano Ronaldo. This Joao Felix was just 700K. Now he's a million coins. I think prices for a lot of these cards will continue to go up tonight into the Friday night bubble. This is the last week, of course, with the old weekend league rewards, the old Foot Champs rewards. That might be intriguing for some people to go out and try to get those. But I think the market's going to do pretty good tonight unless something crazy happens, because there really doesn't look like there's a whole bunch of content today that would make prices crash, except for maybe on those strikers. Now, of course, with a Friday night bubble, one of the best places to trade is not the cards that are in packs or even the cards that are just leaving packs, but some of the ones that have been out of packs for a couple of weeks. Some of these players from La Liga team of the season, Bundesliga team of the season, are going to be fantastic to just flip and move on the market because, I mean, take a look at this Valverde. Where was he at yesterday? He started the day yesterday at 670K and went all the way to 800 where he is now. Huge rise. Tchouaméni, 859,000 coins for him. That's even up a little bit. He started the day at 790, went down to 740, and has now been upwards of almost 900K, high 800s. There are prices that are moving on the market. You just got to look in the out of packs places and in the rare card places on this game. I know we have the World Cup mode that is incoming, but I think we can still make a good bit of coins and we can still profit in the next couple of days, especially during the weekend this weekend, before all of that does drop. I will say I'm probably going to get my coins 100% liquid at some point this weekend, just so I don't have to worry at all about the World Cup content. I got stuck in a terrible market crash last year last time the World Cup mode came out in FIFA 23. I invested in a whole bunch of cards and there was like 1 week of non-tent before the World Cup happened. And all of a sudden prices crashed before that, a week ahead of time. It was crazy. I'll never forget that. And right now it doesn't look like that's going to be the same situation, but you never know. So I'm going to be selling a lot of these cards this weekend, but I think they go higher tonight, which is why I'm still holding on to all of these that I picked up, even the ones that I paid too much for, because I know that I can minimize my losses. Maybe I don't make a bunch of coins on this Graham Hansen, but I can minimize my losses by waiting to sell because these cards are expected to still continue to go up in price tonight. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. Again, drop down below your comments about all this token reward, weekend league, and division rivals and squad battles reward changes that are coming out. Again, at first I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be terrible. It's going to suck. And now I'm kind of like, okay, I'm interested to see how this plays out because it's giving us choices and it's giving us options. I'm curious is the best way to put it. And I wonder if you guys are as well. So hope you guys have a great Friday. We'll be live today before the content drop, looking at all the new stuff that does come out, seeing if there's any news and leaks related to the World Cup mode and everything else that could be dropping today on FC26. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below again if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in a stream today on Friday. Have a happy Friday, and I'll see you there. It's been TheFutAccountant. Peace out.